Hallelujah. For the Lord God Almighty reigns. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Holy are you, Lord God Almighty, worthy. Amen. Morning, good day. What a wonderful God we serve. Today I'm going to just look at this thing and just encourage us to sleep with Jesus. Who are you sleeping with? Sleep with Jesus. And in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 24. If we turn there, it said, when thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lay down, and thy sleep be sweet. This I want to tell you, that having Jesus, sleeping with Jesus, is the best option there is. There are some persons who they sleep with maybe a murderer, and so they have to sleep and they have one eye open, because then they're concerned that that murderer will probably murder them in the night. You have some persons, they're sleeping with thieves, and they have to sleep again and watch, because then they're wondering, will this thief me or steal my stuff? You know, when we sleep with Jesus, in Psalm chapter 3, verses 5, I'm going to go there, and it tells us, I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. When we sleep with Jesus and in waking up, it allows instant connection to live out God's will that day. God's will, both its sovereign will and his desired will, his permissive will. And while I'm on his will, I will tell you that the will, the sovereign will of God speaks of its perfect will, and the desired will is in line with free will, which free will is the ability to choose between possible courses of action unimpaired. So it is free. It's a free will, free choice that God gives us. It is closely linked to the concept of moral responsibility, praise, guilt, sin, and other judgments which apply only to actions that are freely chosen. So when we, my friend, have our sleep with God, in Psalm 4 verse 8, it tells us that I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. It is to be understood that our lives are of Christ and heaven, not of this world. And so whatever thing we do, when we wake in the morning, we got to remember that when we set out, our journey, our task, our duty, our mission is to complete heaven tasks. And in completing heaven tasks, then we have some temporal tasks that help us, that propels us in completion of those tasks that are given to us as disciples, as children, and sons and daughters of God. The Christian life, our lives are of Christ and heaven, is not of this world. Asleep. And what is the last thing as a child of God that you put in your head when you go to sleep? Are you sleeping with Jesus, a hymn, a word, a song? And then this, as I said, will wake us up, and then we will be propelled, we will be ushered, because then our sleep was with Christ Jesus and he had made it sweet. When we wake, when we plan our day, the thing is that, as I said, our Christian journey is not an attachment to our life, but that is our life. Our decisions, our actions, everything that we do, where we go, should be a spill-off of that Christian life, and not our Christian life is a spill-off from our natural life. Can I tell somebody that we sleep, and there's another form of sleep that the Christian go through. And though we sleep nightly and we wake, there's this sleep that when we sleep, we will be absent from this body. But to be absent here and to be present with Christ. Because as it said, we shall sleep and rest those who are taken away from this world until that day of reckon. Until that day when we shall be risen and we shall be rewarded and we shall be relocated to a heavenly home for 1,000 years, and then to the new Jerusalem on earth. My friend, I say, sleep with Jesus today. Sleep with Jesus tonight, so that your wake up will be already aligned. Your wake up will be already established to move forward and to go victorious in our day. Let your sleep and your wake up be ordered by King Jesus. God bless you. God bless you. Amen.